Hi, welcome to Rural Art Connection, the place where your boredom ends and your creativity begins. Today I'm going to teach you how to make an origami graduation cap. First off, you're going to start with a 12 by 18 piece of construction paper. It can be whatever color you want, and you are going to fold it so that you make a perfect square. Now that I finished the basic setup once using red construction paper, I'm going to do the basic setup for the main part of the hat again using black. In case the red doesn't show up as good as the black, this way you can really see how you have to fold it out about an inch past the edge, and then you fold it back so that it's even. So here it is, an inch past the edge, and then you're going to fold, after you do that all the way around, then you'll fold it back so that everything lines up. To make the trim that goes around the edge of the hat and to really pull everything together, I use another 12 by 18 piece of construction paper. I used the same color construction paper as the main body of the hat so that it looks uniform. This piece of construction paper will provide 2 or 3 bands for the hat that you are making. And the hat size that we are making, this will be however big this part is. If you're going to make it for an adult, you'll make it bigger. Ow, I just cut myself. If you do it for a kindergartner or a child, then you'll make this band part smaller. attach the band to the rest of the hat, I like to make sure that I take the tab that I've created and I put that inside the folded band that I've created. It provides more support for the hat, and it also makes it look more attractive and finished. It doesn't really matter if it gets stapled on the outside, but to me it just looks better this way. So then I always staple it so that the loops are on the inside, and then as I turn it, I make sure that the flap goes inside both parts of the band. Now, like I said, this part is what determines how it fits on your head. If it's for an adult, you'll make this part bigger, and if it's for a child, you'll make this part smaller. If you want to make it custom to the person that you're making it for, then you'll measure the circumference of their head and make this band to match that. Alright, now to make a tassel. So I have two pieces of cardboard that are roughly 2 inches by 4 inches. And I'm going to put a piece of string in between that is about 6 inches. 4 inches will work, I just like to have extra. So you begin by taking a piece of yarn and I wrap it around about 15 times. So I count to myself until I get to 15. So once I get to 15, I'm going to take the string that's on the inside and pull it up towards the top, and then I tie it into a square knot. So I tie it once and then I change directions and tie it again and make sure that I've got it really tightly secured into place. Once that's done, then you can slide it off of the cardboard and you will have your opening where it's all the loops still from wrapping it around the cardboard. You're going to take your scissors and you're going to separate those parts. Oh, but first I'm going to add my main string. This main string is about 12 inches long. Yours doesn't have to be that long. I just, like I said, I like having extra just in case. So I secure this with a square knot. Just really make sure that it is attached, because this is how my tassel is going to get attached to the hat in the long run. So now I take this part where everything is attached. I have another piece of string that is about 6 inches long, and I'm going to take it and wrap it around the top. This provides that little, I don't know what you would call it, the bubble part on the tassel, and I just wrap it around several times until I'm satisfied. It was about 6 times or so. Then again with the square knot to secure it into place. Now for the final step, after all that's nice and secure, is to separate the yarn that's still attached. And so I just take a scissor, a pair of scissors, and cut, separating all those pieces. If I skip some, and then go back and fix those. And once it's all separated, then you can get it all nicely put together, and then trim the bottom of your tassel so that all the pieces are even, or as close to even as you can get. Now to attach your tassel to your cap. To make it more like a graduation cap, like an actual one, I take a Phillip head screwdriver and I poke a hole as dead center as I can get. I found that this small screwdriver was the perfect size to make just a big enough hole for my yarn to go through. So then I take my piece of yarn and I gently feed it through the hole that I've created on the other side. Then I adjust my tassel to the length that I want, so how much I want it to hang off of my hat. So once I've got it the way I want it, then I will flip it over, and on the inside I will start to tie several knots. Now I mean, you could probably tape this, glue this, or many different ways to fasten it. Note to you guys, stapling does not really work. I found for me personally, just tying a bunch of knots was the best way to just secure it in place, and the more I did it, the quicker it all became. But like I said, you could tape it, you could glue it, just any way to keep this piece of yarn from moving backwards out the hole is all you need. And I found that just tying it twice wasn't quite enough, so I keep tying. I go about 6 times to make like a good size knot to hold my tassel in place so it doesn't pop out and fall off of my hat. And once it's secure, you can cut off any extra that you've got hanging out, and you're good to go. So hopefully this helps you for the upcoming graduation season, and anytime you've got a special event like this coming up. So you can make tons of them really quickly once you get the hang of it. So I hope this helps, and I hope you enjoyed this video.